Woo!
Hey,
Make it happen, Cat. What's up, y'all? Welcome in. Welcome
welcome
in.
in.
Okay. Welcome into Just Like Us. Happy New Year's, everyone joining. Thank you for everybody who's coming in, watching live. Happy New Year's to everybody. And for those who will be joining for the replay, another Happy New Year's to you guys as well. This is an extremely wonderful time to be alive. This is an exciting episode. It marks our very first live for Just Like Us with Leti and I, as well as a monumental achievement for myself. This is my very 1 year clean from substance. So this is 365 days clean from substance, and I'm extremely proud to have you guys here with me to celebrate this huge accomplishment. Again, welcome in, you guys. My name is Justin Bird, and this is my lovely co-host wife, Leti Zito.
Leti Zito.
Welcome in, you guys. Thank you guys for joining us again. Happy New Year! Woo! Hey, what a great year this year's already started out as and is going to be. We have manifested this. 2024 was amazing, but 2025 is going to be even better. We have purged, so to speak, and gotten rid of anything and everything that could potentially be in our way from greatness, and it's time. So again, welcome in. 2025 is here, full of abundance, ready and waiting, and we are ready to hit the ground running. So this is a great start, having our very first live third episode. And in this episode, we are going to touch on addiction and the ability to break the chains. And again, this is something that we are proud to be a part of and be able to speak with you guys about because with our vulnerability, there's power. Because this isn't an easy journey, or it's not always easy to talk about. So we want to say there are some subject matters that maybe that could trigger people, but we're here as a unit, and the numbers are strong. Together we can do this, and with God's help, anything is possible. So again, welcome in. This is addiction, breaking the chains. So breaking free from addiction, you guys. This is one of the toughest battles that anyone can face as a human. I mean, literally, this can be such a struggle, and in fact, it took quite some time for me to actually be able to break free of the bond and the chains that the addiction side of substance had a hold and a grip on me for many years. And here and we're going to share the journey and strategies that helped us to break free from this. So welcome in, you guys. Thank you for joining us. So understanding addiction. It's very important to be able to understand, addiction. It can hide. It can hide as something that that we would like to escape from things, so to speak. And for me, addiction started at the age of 13 for substance, and it was like a crutch, so to speak. It was a way to cope with pain and what I thought was a pretty tough life at the time. Coming out of poverty and literally living in our van for just over 2 years. It was very painful because there was many factors that as a teenager, or as I was 12 years old, coming into 13, and I was just finding myself, finding who I was as a person, and there were so many things that occurred that I felt embarrassed about, and I felt so many emotions that I really didn't have the tools at the time to deal with or know how to go about dealing with them. As my family, we were all homeless together, and so my family battled with addiction and alcoholism as well. So coming from a family that had these issues with substance, it was difficult to have stability that would allow the space for me to be able to thrive and to deal with these issues. But nonetheless, there was hope, and there is hope. So for anybody who is potentially going through or facing addiction or alcohol or any kind of substance at all, like I promise you this, I guarantee you 100% that with the will and the free will that we have and the want and desire to change, you will do it. You will do it. And as like I said earlier, as a unit in numbers, we come together and we will hold each other accountable. We will hold each other up. We will make sure that we have each other's back, and anything's possible with God. anything. And I'm living testimonial of that. You know, in this test, I have a testimonial. And my little son Justin, our son Justin, is living proof. Like this, God is here in abundance. He's here with us. He's given us all the vessel to drive in and have the eyes to see and the ears to hear and all these senses that we have. And so God is here with us. And I really want to thank my better half, Leti, for being here with this through this journey, because again, we battled addiction as a unit together. So, you know, we're here to shed light on what we did and how we came through it, through the mud and shining, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, we're here because we chose to be here. We chose to set the tone and to be able to pave the way for this path to be here today. Little baby steps, so to speak, taking baby steps and understanding what addiction was about. Is I couldn't have done this alone. I definitely was not in this journey alone at all. So, you know, just wanted to be clear about having the right who's around is so important, and having the right who's not around is even more important, you know. So and if Leti, if you'd like to add anything to that, feel free, please.
Thanks, Justin. That is, you know, I'm fumbling here, y'all. No, not really. I just want to give thanks to God. I do. I am grateful for my eyes open, for being alive.
Yes.
You know, for such a time as this, a new year.
Yeah.
And set new intentions. You know, getting to know God in a new, fresh way. You know, letting go of the things that no longer serve me.
Absolutely.
That's what, you know, just letting go, letting God, you know, he brought us through the mud.
Amen.
Right? We might have put ourselves in the mud, but we didn't go in there alone.
Let's go.
We didn't go in there by ourselves.
Woo!
Right?
That's what's up.
He brought us out of that mud.
That's right.
Right. And it started with a desire to stop hurting ourselves, to stop hurting the people around us, right? And to stop creating a mess of our lives, right? We both know that we were created for something much more than just existing or living the way that society tells us we should live. You know, some of us, you know, are in jobs that we hate. You know, we're in relationships that we hate. We're in, you know, families that we hate. Not the case for me. I love mine. I love my family, my brothers and my sisters, you know, my relatives. I'm so grateful for all of them, because without them, I wouldn't have been able to get through this either.
Right.
And without my trust in God, we would not be sitting here today. Absolutely. And we should not be sitting here today with what we went through. So I just want to give glory to and honor to God first. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it back over to Justin.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Leti, for that. Thank you, guys. So and again, I just want to reiterate that whatever we're going through, like, I think having a tribe or having a community of people that we can reach out to is such an important part of this, because you're not going to be able to do this alone. And I don't want to say for everybody, because I know I myself am very strong, and I thought I could hold this down on my own, but I had the community that I had, which is such an important part of this. It enabled me to fall down and have people pick me back up. And I'm so blessed. Like, I feel like crying. Like, I'm so glad I have the people who have supported me around me. And I was able to see that the things that were not good for me, I was able to purge. And if people didn't like that, I'm so okay with that, because it's what I need to do. And, you know, being an entrepreneur, it is somewhat a selfish a journey, because you have to be able to put that oxygen mask on yourself, and then you can show abundance and overflow in other people's cups too. So it's very important to know that the people around me have helped me in so many ways, whether it's like directly or indirectly. Having the right who's is such a huge deal. And on that note, I want to say that we are not alone. By no means are we alone at all. And I'm here to shed light on what I have been able to do to be able to put that oxygen mask on myself. And the first step is you got to at least have that mindset that you're willing and wanting to make change. That's where it starts. For me, it was like, you know, it started from knowing that I definitely want a change. I don't want to retire or have the substance retire me, so to speak. So again, you're not at this alone, you guys. We're here together, and with this community, we can uplift each other. So recovery and resilience are two key factors, I feel, to battling addiction and being able to overcome it. So recovery, that's a strong word, and it's when you're able to actually get up from falling and be picked up and wipe yourself off, and being resilient is having that grit, that toughness to be able to stick it out. Because I'll tell you what, for me, I hit rock bottom when I was here at our house and I was in our garage and I was using, and I had my son walk into the garage, and I found myself fumbling, having to hide what I was doing. And one of the things that I built with my son Justin is honesty. So he doesn't get in trouble if he's honest, no matter what it is. It don't matter how bad it is. As long as he's honest, he's getting a hug, encouragement. Thank you for letting me know. And that's that. Like, that's where we leave it. Like, if he's lying, it's a different story. You know what I mean? But honesty is key here. And for him to walk in to see that, it was embarrassing. It was, I was afraid of what he might ask or what could come about if he happened to see what I was doing. It would be so tough to try to explain to this little guy what I was doing. Because, I mean, being 100% honest is not always easy. And I'm just saying, like, especially to a little kid like that, is the tooth fairy real? Like, what do you say? You know what I mean? But it's so powerful because having that bond, knowing that we're going to be honest with each other, it has set such a solid foundation. Like, this little kid doesn't hesitate to be honest, and I love it. Oh, I love it. If I ask him right now, what is one of my favorite things about you? He'd say that I'm honest. He'd say that I'm honest and my manners. And I love that. And I feel like I structured this in such a way that no matter what happens, he can always be himself around me. He can always be honest, So I love that. And so when he came in and he's seen, it was like my heart dropped, and I'm like, what would I do if he's seen this? Well, he came from substance. Like, he was literally came from being born with substance. And so I want to break the chains of that, basically, I don't want him to follow in my footsteps, and it's up to me to be able to show him and set the tone and be that guide. And so he came in, and I was like, it was time. That was what really did it for me. It was time. I do not want this kid to have any reason to find himself at all looking into substance for any reason. And it was time. It was like, I have such a good life, and it's going to be even better without substance or this monkey on my back. So that was when I reached rock bottom, and that was 365 days ago today. So again, I really want to attribute this to myself being a visionary, but also my family, the things around me, and God for allowing me this free will to be able to want to do this myself. Because again, this was no easy feat, but it wasn't really hard. At the end of the day, my heart is important. My family is important. God is important. I am important. And I need to be here and put that oxygen mask on for this little guy, to be here for her, to be here for my other kids. And like, I love being alive. I woke up today, and I literally wake up in a good mood on purpose every single day by choice. It's not something I choose to be happy every day for a good reason, because it trickles down. My son sees it, he wakes up in a good mood, and I feel like it's a good way of living. It's a good part of my life, so that I can stay grounded and focus on what's to come. Being happy isn't just like, me wake up. It's a way of life, and so and I enjoy who I am. I appreciate who I am. I love who I am as a person. I'm a good brother, good father. Many things that I would attribute to myself being, I'm a good soul, and it comes from having integrity, and I don't like certain things like being lied to, or like lying. And so I mean, just practicing things that you want on daily, for me, it seems to have helped me get to where I am. And again, 365 days ago, I didn't know I was going to be this far, but I had a good idea I was going to be a lot farther than where I was at. So it's a huge milestone. It's a year today of sobriety, and again, this year has been, I paved the way to be able to be where I'm at now. So thank you guys for this time. And Leti, would you like to add anything on that?
Oh gosh, you said so much there, and again, I mean, I can't stress it enough. For me, right, God is at the center of all of this. And actually today is 21 months for me, right? Of embarking on my journey of freeing myself, of remembering who I've always been, which is love. I came from love. I am love. And so are all of you, right? Resilience is about falling down and getting back up. You know, it's not the falling down, you know, that keeps you there, right? It's and maybe I'm not saying that right, but
you are.
I mean, somewhat, you guys know what I'm saying,
you're
right?
saying it right. It's how you get up, right?
It's how you get up.
Yeah, absolutely.
And keep getting back up and keep getting back up, coming at it from a different angle and praying. Like prayer for me was huge. And you know, even in my substance use, you know, I started to call out on God and said, I cannot live like this anymore. You've got to do something for me. I'm in so much pain. I'm angry. I'm sad. I'm grieving. You know, this person that I, you know, once knew is dying spiritually and physically and mentally. Like I should be in an institution right now. I should not be doing this, but God has been faithful to me throughout my entire life. And I am not ashamed to talk about him.
Right.
Because without him, none of this would be possible. I wouldn't have the resilience that I have. I can look back now and see that the things that I went through were happening for me and not to me. And when you change your mindset, right, you can move forward, you know, and you don't have to do it by yourself. That's what we're here to help all of you do to the best of our ability.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, thank you for that, Letty. That was very powerful. Thank you for the vulnerability because, you know, sometimes it can be difficult to get up here and actually, you know, put the things up on the surface. You know what I mean? Like, you know, some of the things that are deep that you don't really want to have come out, but having them come out not only, you know, together as a unit, but live with other people.
Takes the power away.
It does. You know what I mean? And so, you know, again, so being consistent is one of the key factors here with a lot of things, but specifically with recovery and being able to navigate this in a way that you can stay strong is so important. And having you know, consistency is important. So building new habits and learning, you know, on a support system. So it's very important to have things in place that allow you to be able to stay busy and not have the, you know, the want or need or desire to do substances or to dive into any kind of, you know, drinking or anything for that matter. You know, staying busy, keeping your mind occupied, being around the right who's, having people that actually want to see you thrive and do better it's so important. So you know, we invite you guys to if you're anybody you know are using substances, let's join this community together. Let's be this together and come together as a unit and stay together. And again, it's very important to have, you know, strength in numbers and people that want to see you do well around you. You know, and also with the accountability check-in, I think that's a huge part of being and staying, you know, clean and sober off substance or alcohol. I myself, I have not been as active as I could be with going to, like, you know, certain groups and gatherings. I couldn't have done this without God. So this year has been important because I have found myself straying away from the Lord, from God, from His good word, and we're here now. But I'm thankful that I have been able to come back and have that vision. You know, so
I think us being accountable to each other, you know, you have to first be accountable to God, right? And be able to be accountable to yourself also, because people aren't always going to be there. Sometimes you're going to face things by yourself. Right. And I think it's important to, when you start trusting God, you start trusting yourself too. Then you can trust other people. It's got to be God, you, and then them. Right. And so learning to hold yourself accountable, right? That's where that honesty and that vulnerability with yourself, I feel like, comes in. I mean, that's, how it's worked for me, right? And, being accountable to him, saying, okay, this is where I'm at, in my recovery, and here's how you can help me.
Right. Yes, absolutely. Right? And being accountable for yourself is key. I mean, God has really been a big part of this, because whenever I look at that little boy, there's no way that God is real and he's here. And so, but accountability is huge, because it just adds another layer of, security, to know that somebody else cares enough to right. Hold you accountable. How you doing? Are you are you still holding strong, or and having people to lift you up? It's so important. Again, Leti, she does a lot of these groups, and she does super well with it. Like she's one of my heroes. She's come so far in such a short period of time. Like I couldn't have asked to be with a better person. We have our own ups and downs, but we have more strength than anything, because together we stand. Right. And we have gotten through some crazy times, no different than anyone you got, no different than anyone's relationship. But I'm saying, for us to come out of this on top, and I mean on top, we have such an amazing life, and again, and that's not, judged by how much we make, or the house we live in, or anything like that. It's we're abundant with love because we choose to. That's right. I personally, I'm huge on telling people I love you, just because that's what I do. That's what I'm huge with, and I don't expect it back. And matter of fact, I highly don't anticipate people to say it back. But I'm 100% good with who I am. I say that because maybe people haven't heard it. Some people take offense to it, but I love who I am, again, and it's important for me to know that I am good with me. I am happy with who I am. I know who I am at the core. I'm good people. That's right. There's some things that I have to fix, and once you go right, you go rotten. So I have a lot of things to learn, and I'm not gonna stop learning until I'm gone. And so I have a lot of years in front of me. I'm assuming I have more years in front of me than I do behind me, and I'm gonna manifest that. And so by the temple, by making sure that I'm keeping good to myself, and make sure that I eat good, that I pray, that I'm not using substance or drinking alcohol. Again, these were not easy feats to get over, but I couldn't have done it without God and the support team that I have. Yeah. So it's huge to be able to have, the accountability people around you.
Right. And just, reminding yourself to take it easy on yourself, right? We're not going to do this perfectly. That's not what this is about. And God knows that too. Right. It's about giving yourself grace, because when you give yourself grace and mercy, you can extend that to other people. Right. But if you're not giving it to yourself, you can't give it to somebody else. Right. Yeah. And so I feel like it's, very important to make sure you're forgiving yourself for your missteps, right? And not beating yourself up, because I know that's something that I did for many, many years. Right. And I tried to, people please and, make people happy because I was unhappy. Right. So I did get some kind of satisfaction out of that. Right. But if you're not careful, that can turn into resentment.
Yeah.
If you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Absolutely. Yes. Amen to that.
So, check yourself before you wreck yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, that's really where it's at.
Amen.
It's reflection, right? It's literally looking in the mirror at yourself and letting yourself know that you're worthy of love.
Yes.
Right. You're worthy to let God's love in. He loves you so much. Absolutely. And he wants what's best for you. And I just want to encourage you, as we close out this live session, right? Thank you for being here. But I want to encourage you, right, to start seeking, asking, knocking. What do you have to lose?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
There's so much more to gain when you let go, when you surrender everything, mind, body, and soul.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yes.
No half step in here, right? It's got to be all, or you're going to get half measures. Right.
Yes, absolutely.
And I want it all. And God wants us to have it all. Yes. And so, is there anything else you would like them to know?
Accountability check-in. So, identifying triggers and to think about, you know, one habit you can replace with something positive. Like, you know, like having like you know, positive triggers, things that you do on a daily that are not from, you know, a substance or the side of addiction or behavior. Make it be something that when you get up, before you get in the shower, you pray, or before you get up, you know, you hit a couple push-ups. Having these trigger habits that are positive and that you can use on a daily. Now, so I've set my mind to in gear of like being able to, like, instead of just driving or listening to music, I listen to audiobooks, and I listen to things that I can learn from, because you know, being an entrepreneur or working on not working for someone else, it is really there's a lot to that. So but identifying the triggers and thinking about one habit you can replace with something positive. You know, what's one step that you could take today to move closer to recovery? So for anybody who's facing or dealing with or knowing somebody, you know, there's steps to take, and often it's right here in front of us. It's within. So you know, what's one step that you can do to move closer to being free, so to speak, and breaking those chains. So we want to thank you guys all for being here with us on our very first live. This is awesome. Many more to come, and there is a special guest coming up that we want to introduce you guys to. So stay tuned with us. There's many more episodes to come. We plan on building a community with you guys, and building trust and some great things to come. So again, in the future, we have some really phenomenal things coming up, and our next guest coming up, you guys are gonna love.
And you can also catch the first two episodes that we've done on Spotify under Just Like Us. And so we would appreciate and love your support, and we appreciate and love the support you're showing us here on this live. And we're excited to grow with you, right? It takes a village. It really does.
Woo!
And let us be that village for you, while you are that village for us, because we're still growing and healing also. But we're willing to step out of our comfort zone and be here with you today. And we're so grateful, and thank you so much. Like, we love you, all of you. We truly, truly love you. And so thank you for joining us.
We love you guys. And again, this is year one for me. I want to mark this on the calendar as the first year of sobriety. And it's a big deal, but at the same time, it's something that's necessary. It's absolutely wonderful to be a visionary and to be able to have this. And again, I wouldn't have been able to do this without reconnecting with God. He never left me, but I seemed to stray. And now I'm back with my maker, and I love every day. I enjoy being the fullest potential me. And again, last night was the first time I was tested on sobriety, and it was a great test, because I was around you know, there was things that could have triggered, and I was able to stay strong and hold down my own sanity and strength. So thank you, God, for giving me the strength.
We had each other.
Yes, absolutely. Couldn't have done without Leti here. And again, stay tuned, you guys. There's lots more to come, and our next guest you guys are gonna love. Absolutely love. So stick with us. Yes, and as a community we build, share it with others, and let's do this together, because it's not gonna always be about just addiction. It's not always gonna be. There's several things that we have you know, a lot of knowledge on, things that we want to share with you guys, and the world needs to see, because
a lot that you can teach us as well, right? And this is a two-way street. We're not here to say, hey, we know it all, right? Because you guys know some things too. You guys have some gems in you.
It's not about us. It's about all of us together. So you know, feel free to comment. You know, and we'll. And matter of fact, on the next live, we're going to we'll answer some questions. If you guys have any questions, feel free to pipe in and ask questions. We'll answer them, and we'll get through this together. So again, we really want to thank you guys for joining us. This is one of many to come. What a fantastic time we have had. And again, happy New Year's to you guys. Can't wait to see what this year brings. I'm so excited, you guys. So we love you so much. Happy New Year's to everybody, and let this be the best year ever. And I mean ever. Let's manifest it and make it a reality. So again, love you guys. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Peace. Woo! Yeah! Let's go!